Hello guys, welcome back to my channel and thank you so much for clicking. If you haven't subscribed, please do and join the family. But if you have, thank you so much for always sticking around. Thank you for your support. I'm Maria James. Welcome to the family. So guys, I've actually been telling you a story about the death of my dad and a life after the death of my dad, and this is actually another continuation of the same story. So guys, if you haven't actually watched the last 3 or 4 videos that I've actually posted, please make sure to watch them so that you can connect with this one. So I told you that my aunt and cousin were actually having weird dreams, nightmares, where they were dreaming that my late dad was actually questioning them, asking them, why have you mistreated my children? Why did you kick my family out of their own home? And such kind of weird questions. So to them it was devastating, and they told my grandma what was really going on. And this is where my grandma came and told my mom what has been happening. So guys, apparently after we moved from that place, things were not the same, because it was weird things, stuffs happening to their lives, dreams and all that. So they never had so much peace, and it was really disturbing for them. So after a couple of weeks, they actually came to visit. And mind you, they never apologized for what they have done to us. They never talked about what they have actually done to us, but they just came to visit, just a normal visit, carrying some shopping with them. They actually had a talk with my mom, and after they went back, life got back to normal as we had, because the dreams stopped, those kind of nightmares stopped completely, and they started living their lives normally, and it was okay for them, and it was okay for us as well. So we continued living with our mom. Of course, struggles were there here and there, because having my mom having to struggle for us as a single parent, working, and then weekend still hustles and all that kind of stuff. But God was still faithful even at that moment, because yes, he saw us through all that moment. But then again, after a couple of years, or a couple of 1 year or something, I don't know, the worst happened. And it was actually at the moment where the government of Kenya was actually retrenching some people. What? And my mom was actually one of those people who was actually retrenched. So guys, this is another phase of life. No employment, and mind you, we were actually living in a government quarters house. We actually need to relocate, because my mom is no longer working for the government. She has been retrenched, so we have to move out. We need to relocate, but guys, to where? You know, but my paternal grandmother was like, we actually need to go back, live with her, because that was the only place she thought we could actually go. But then my mom could not take it. You know, you know, because what we had gone through there was really tough. And personally, actually, as a kid as I was, I was like, no, I don't want to go there. I never wanted to even have a thought of going back there, because that place for me at the moment was actually very, very traumatizing. It was not at the best place, so no. But luckily for me, my mother never agreed, and my paternal grandmother really, really insisted, but my mother could not really take it. And this is where my maternal grandmother came in. May her soul rest in eternal peace. My maternal grandmother was very, very understanding. She was very loving and all that. But then, according to my maternal grandmother, she never wanted us to go back to my paternal home, because she was like, we ought to have a better future. So for her, she suggested that we should go to the big city of Nairobi and start something, start living another phase of our lives. And this is where there was the sister to my mom who was actually living in Nairobi. So my mom was not gonna be alone because she had a sister there. So yes, my maternal grandmother really insisted, and this one was very, very hard and very tough, because we have my paternal grandmother who is saying that we should go back to our paternal home and live there, and on the other side we have my maternal grandmother who is saying that we should go to Nairobi. It was really tough. So they actually agreed to have a meeting and discuss this, because they actually need to discuss this, because if not, it was going to bring a conflict or something. So they sat down and had a very, very, very interesting meeting, because everybody has their own sides, and my mom was like siding with my maternal grandmother's side, because she never wanted us to go to where we were actually living. And I think I understood her because I understand where she was coming from. So my paternal grandmother was very sad, but my maternal granny told her that I'm actually not taking your kids away from you. No, they will actually come and visit you from time to time, but you need to make a good future for these kids. Going back there will not it will not make a difference. Let them just go somewhere else, and they can always come and visit. It was tough, but later my paternal grandmother agreed. Yes, she agreed, and it was an exciting thing, because we were actually not going back there. But yes, we would actually go and visit them, my granny, from time to time. But the thought of us going somewhere else was interesting for all of us. And that is what happened. We moved to Nairobi, and this is where we actually had to start life again. Because, of course, my mom had some money to pull us through for some time, but she actually needed to find another employment, because guys were still in school, and mind you, we're still like in primary school, so we are still young. So we relocated, we changed school as well, and just as we were settling and thought that everything was going back to normal, we actually thought that life was going to be interesting and normal. But guys, it was like the beginning of another hard life. It was a beginning of another life that we never expected we would actually live. But yes, it happened. So guys, I'm going to stop there, but definitely one of these fine days I'm going to continue with the same story. After we move to Nairobi, I'll tell you the story about what really happened. But guys, I need some time to really bring myself together so that I can talk about this. But yes, I promise you, I will definitely tell you what really happened. But thank you so much. If you feel encouraged, please share these videos, like and give it a thumbs up, and thank you so much for watching. I love you guys.